Have you grown plants from tissue culture before? I know they get a bad rap, but I don't really understand why, and I disagree. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone! A while ago I got a message from someone offering to send me a little tissue culture plant, and today that box has arrived. So when I went to pick it up, I'm still sweaty from cycling over there, excuse me. It was in my post box, and this is the box. So I do hear something moving around in it. Maybe they only had a big box left, but I figured I would switch on the camera to see together what is inside. There we go. Rijk aan planten, Megan van Bemel. Very cute little card. Whew. Seriously, there's sweat on my face. And then it looks like this. Very pretty paper. Oh, and it's very well wrapped for the heat. With a heat pack as well, so I am sweating. Okay, let's see. Extra cold insulation. Little sticker. Can you see my glasses are fogged up from me being warm? Nice. This is how I would wrap begonia as well, in a little what do we call this? Like a little dome and a drinking cup and fluff. Oh! It is adorable. Just to explain a little bit more, plants grown in tissue culture, if you buy them directly, they usually come in the gel or agar, I think it's called, just a slimy material in a plastic bag or in a little container. And you have to take them out, wash them, pot them up, and then hope that they survive the transfer. In this case, Megan has already done that because they are happily rooting and growing in moss and perlite. So that makes the risk of getting a tiny tissue culture plant a lot less. Because these are already acclimated, even if they're really, really small, they're already growing in the moss. So that makes it a lot less risky. Of course, I don't remember the exact name, but I know it's a Monstera and a really cool one. Let me look it up. Where is my phone? White Monster. Monstera White Monster. I had to do a little bit of research to remember what this plant looks like, and it looks like it is basically a mint Monstera, kind of like the Philodendron Florida Ghost, where the new leaf comes in almost white, at least on the video that I saw of Kaylee Ellen's. The new leaf was fully white and then it slowly turns mint. This one looks a little bit like my minty one, and she did say that when they're young, they look very similar to a Monstera mint, which, by the way, I actually don't own. My Monstera mint is a Monstera Thai Constellation mint, which is extra special. And this one is also extra special. I'm excited to see how it develops. This leaf especially I love. And in my experience, Monstera can size up really fast if you give them the right light and the right conditions. So I'm excited. I'm gonna leave this lid on for a little bit because, of course, it was used to high humidity, just to let it acclimate into my house. And we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much, Rijk aan planten, Megan.
2 months later.
Hello friends, it has been a while and a second parcel arrived from the same person. The previous one I will show you in a second. It's doing really, really well. And this took a while because, first of all, I was on holiday and then I was at the brain clinic. So I was not home a lot. Wait, we just cleaned the house, so I'm gonna try and not make a mess. Rijk aan planten. Lovely little note. Ooh, stickers. And a little plant clip. That's very cute. I always love plant stickers. And a little hanger with a little smiley face. Super cute. I'm gonna open that after. Because of course we are focusing on this part. Wow, it's packed really well. This is a huge box. I went to the post office and I was like, a small box for me for a small plant. And they were like, that's your box, ma'am. Very well insulated. Even though it's not that cold anymore, it's always good to have some extra insulation if you're not shipping in summer. By the way, I have a thingy on my ear that's part of my brain treatment that needs conductor gel that, as you can see, I spilled on my shirt there. Sorry for the stain. I just did my homework exercises for the second time today. I'm supposed to do them 3 times a day right now. And the last one is making me, it's making me very dizzy. So it's not my favorite thing to do right now, but I know it's going to help my brain even more than the treatment itself did. So I'm gonna try and keep going. But it's basically sitting on a spinny chair and making myself spin slowly while looking at my thumbs and moving my head like this, which is making me very dizzy. So here we are, we have, shit, I threw something on the ground. A little cup, which, oh, I need to switch the setting so it automatically focuses on the thing that's closest. The previous one also came in this cup and I still have it in that at the bottom. And I kept the lid on and then a little bit more open for humidity while I was away. Open. There we go. Sometimes I wish I could. So bad. Baby, you see. Quit playing games with my heart. Oh, it's so small. All the way in there. We have... Wait, I'm going to remove some of the fluff so you can see it better. Here we go. This is a little baby Gloriosum tricolor, which you can... Oh, there's fluff on my hand. No, don't fall on the ground. We're trying to keep the house tidy. Which I have seen at markets before. Oh, sorry, I kicked you. If you've seen my Botanica videos, every time I see them at the market, I am obsessed with them. They are so pretty. By the way, hopefully this video comes out before the My Botanicas are happening. We have 2 in a row this time, both in April. The first one is Hamm, the big one, on April 11th. And then the weekend after, we have the one here in the Netherlands in a new location in Nieuwegein, which is the 18th. And I am especially excited about that one because it's so easy to get to and then to get home again as well. And it feels kind of like a plant reunion with all the people that I've become friends with through plants or that I mostly speak to online. We get to see each other like once or twice a year at these markets. So I am looking forward to it a lot. And it's at a new location, so I'm curious how that's going to be. I have never been there before, so I'm looking forward to it a lot. And at those markets, I always film the tricolor Gloriosums because they are so beautiful, but even the small ones were still very expensive. So I just figured I wouldn't own one. And now I do. And I know that certain people dislike tissue culture plants, especially when the plant hype was a little bit more high. It was like the real plant was worth more than the tissue culture version, or it was people said it was different and they could see it was different. I personally never saw it, first of all, and second of all, never really cared because tissue culture makes plants much more affordable and faster and easier for us to be able to get them. Because if you propagate a plant just by pieces of stem, like we do at home, that takes 1,000,000 times longer. This is not an official stat. This takes so much longer than how they are able to do it in tissue culture, where they take just a piece of material. It doesn't have to be a node. It doesn't have to be rooting and growing. And that's how they multiply them very, very fast. And we get really cool things out of tissue culture as well. Like the Thai constellation came out of tissue culture because it morphed into something else. And then the people were like, oh, this is cool. Let's try to grow that more. And then that's how a Thai constellation was born. Just like all these cool different types of variegation, different forms of plants are coming out of that. And yeah, I don't understand the hate for it. I don't have any hate for it. I'm fascinated by it, although I know you can try it at home. I don't have that desire because my home is already full of stuff I still need to do, and a project of tissue culture is not on the list right now. But I am very happy to try these plants that Megan sent me and see how they develop. Because I know all my big plants also came from tissue culture and they are amazing and they're doing really well. So let me know in the comments if you have that, if you've seen that experience. I know some creators also talked about how tissue culture was bad or not, like the plants were not as nice. Or if you've experienced that yourself, if that is your opinion, I don't want to fight. I would like to understand it better. So Let me know in the comments. Thanks. It's very, very small, but that is good because my boyfriend said I should get rid of some plants because the house is getting a little bit full. And instead, I have 2 new ones that are gonna get really big. Luckily, he doesn't watch my channel, so I have time to figure it out, rearrange some things, let go of things that don't bring me joy anymore. I have time, but I am very excited. I don't think it comes across very well yet, also because the moss is really dark, but I'm excited because there's so much potential in this little plant. Here's one leaf that you can see a little bit better, maybe. Here. And then I also want to show you the white monster that I got from her a while back because it has made a new leaf. Ooh. It's still in the pot that it came in because I didn't have time with the holiday and the brain treatment. But this is the newest leaf. It is fully white, which I love, as you know probably. I feel like it's kind of like a ghost Florida words order. Thank you. Philodendron, Florida ghost, that comes in fully white and then slowly fades to more mint and green. It seems to be really happy in this setup, even though it's moss and some perlite, and it's, for me, it feels quite wet, but it doesn't seem to mind it that much. So I'm going to keep it in here a little bit longer. And it did get thrips because my house has thrips, and apparently this was the tasty little baby Monstera. So they jumped on there, but I killed them all and I put good bugs on and it looks clean right now. So I'm happy about that. Let me double check. Yeah, there's some damage from me removing them because I can be a little bit rough with my plants, but looks really good now. Even the camera doesn't want to focus. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how this leaf is going to change, like the color, because it's been this white for a long time. Is there an aphid on there or is that just some dirt? Might be just some dirt. So now I have 2 little babies. I'm gonna keep this one with the lid on for, wait, let me show you how I'm gonna do this. So she sends them with these lids that have a hole in them. So I'm going to remove the tape and then leave this on top for a while so that it has a little bit more of a stable situation, at least for the first week that it's here. And then slowly I'll let it get used to more my room humidity, which is also not very low because if you don't know, our house doesn't have very good heating. We have a gas heater. Can you see it? Oh, I have stains on my shirt from this. Ignore that part. You can't see the heater because it's there. But we just have a gas heater, which means that our house doesn't dry out very much. In fact, in winter, it is very high humidity in our house. Downstairs, I would say maybe like 50, 60%. Upstairs, where we don't have heating, usually when we have a dehumidifier for when we hang the laundry, when we switch the dehumidifier on, it sometimes says 90 and sometimes says 85 humidity. And then after it's run a few times, then it's maybe 63 or something. But we have a pretty wet house. Might also be to do with the 300 plants that we have over here, but in general also the way we heat it and the way it's built. So I think these are going to do okay in adjusting to my regular humidity because it might be a little bit different than yours. That's just what I was trying to say. Like my room humidity might be a lot higher than more modern houses. I'm very excited. Maybe I think I have time because I'm filming a little bit ahead right now. I think I have time to put in an update of how these are looking as you're watching this a little bit closer to the date. You've seen me a few times in this setup already, but it is a little bit later. I have edited the video. Now I'm doing the final update. And for this one, you don't really see a difference. It is a bit of a weird weather. It's like cloudy, but really bright. You can see how if I don't put any filters on the footage, it's really dark behind me and then this is very blown out. So I don't really know what's happening. But spring is here, more light is coming. This is what the new leaf looks like. It basically still looks exactly the same as before. And the roots look good. I saw some roots before. Can I find them now? Probably not. Nope. But I'm very happy with how this one is doing. And then this one, by the way, is now just out in regular humidity in my house. And then the little Gloriosum baby, I feel like it has grown a few leaves, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't remember because they're so small and it's really hard to get into frame on this camera. I'm wondering a little bit if I am giving it too much light because it looks very yellow all over, but I do see some green that could come in. Maybe I should give it less light and then the green will come in more. Or maybe it's just very highly variegated. I'm not quite sure because the older leaves do have more actual green, not super, super light green. This one was in a closed container, but I just started opening it up and getting it into more regular humidity. So I'm happy with how it's going and I'm excited to see where it's gonna go because all these leaves have the same size still. And with my older Gloriosum that I used to have, it got very big pillowy leaves very quickly. I just posted a photo on Instagram, I think yesterday, and someone commented like that last one looks like an actual pillow, fluffy pillow. So it wasn't, it was a leaf. And I'm hoping to get these as big as that. I don't know, I've never seen them as big. So I'm very curious to hear if you have a variegated or a tricolor Gloriosum that you got very big, to grow very big because, hello voice. Yeah, it'd be cool to see. Like I showed in the footage of the market, they're just really, really beautiful plants. And this one, I'm so curious to see how it's going to develop. I have no idea. I will keep sending updates on here and on like the community tab with photos and shorts and everything. So thank you thank you so much, Megan. But that's it for this video. I would love to hear if you have grown either of these plants before, if you have grown tissue culture plants before, because I am pretty new to that, like I said in the beginning of the video. And I hope I'm doing things right. I don't really know. I'm just going by what feels good and what I have time for with my other schedule that I've mentioned many times now. So I look forward to reading your comments and your experiences with tissue culture mini tiny baby plants. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe below if you haven't already. Click the bell to get notified anytime I upload. And that's it, I think. That's all I wanted to say today. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourself. Bye.